Hello everybody, you're here with Claro Beauty, with Claudia Lara, your host. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm very excited about today's video because we're gonna be talking about Chanel. I guess all my dogs got excited just hearing about it. Excuse them barking. They will calm down in 1 second. So we're gonna be talking about Chanel, the new collection for spring 2022. It's called La Pause. Now, and there is a fragrance with that name as well in their Les Exclusifs, which I really like. It's very grounding. I recommend. I will be doing a video on that fragrance as well. So that way it all comes together. Now I'm very surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. Well, I am surprised. Well, this is a spring collection and we're just starting in January, but it's out. It's out for purchase. You can get it at Nordstrom's. You can get it obviously directly from Chanel, and there's other places, but it's out and about. And it's very interesting because I like the colors. So it kind of tells you a lot of what's coming, even for clothing and everything else for spring, right? Which I would think very, very subtle colors, although this one is not as subtle as other collections that has come out, but I like what I'm seeing. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. If you want to see the swatches of all the lipsticks, the 2 blushes and everything else, please look at my short, or I have other videos, very short, a minute and a half, where you can find it, or go to my Instagram account, which I have posted stories and swatches. All right, so moving on. What did I get? So obviously I didn't get the full collection, but I did get a blush, a lipstick, the highlighter stick, which I think is very lovely, and obviously the eyeshadow quad, which I'm very excited to try. I don't know. I just know that it's very influenced with green and olive green, which I have mentioned before if you've seen my videos about Chanel, that it seems like a lot of it is tinted with that, just like Charlotte Tilbury will be tinted with the rose gold. This one is tinted with the olive green and gold. That's just my, what I think. Obviously they have a lot of quads where that is not in, but every time I see an elegant quad, neutral or anything, I see that olive tint throughout. So let me show you the eyeshadow quad. It's a limited edition. Whoa, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. I think when you swatch them, you see a lot more the gold throughout all 4. And I'll swatch them towards the end if you want to stay tuned and see it. But I want to try it on. So first of all, I'm also got, well, I'll show you throughout, right? So I have a few items. What do I have on? So I have on right now the lipstick, the Rouge Coco Baume. Obviously is part of this collection, and it is the color My Rose 918. I chose this color because I thought it was very neutral. Of course, I love My Rose. It's just the not just because of the name, but there was a more rosy, bluish rose color, and you can see in the swatches. There was another very peach. I was interested in those 2. Those were a little higher color payoff. They're a little bolder, not bold because they're still the Rouge Coco, which is kind of creamy and transparent and very wearable for every day. So there were those 2, and then the next one was this one, which I thought it was just very neutral, very just some color, but I'm considering still getting the pinkier. Because it's a blue rose, it's kind of a towards fuchsia. I just wanted to see how everything else looked on me, because since this is gold and greens, I was debating. We'll see, and I'll talk about that at the end. So I'm wearing that. I'm also wearing, and this is the first video I have with this foundation, the Vitalumiere, I think that is called, foundation. I actually mentioned it in my favorite foundation video, and this is one of them. Very casual, everyday social events, but I hadn't worn it for you, so you see it on in this moment. As you see, it's very light coverage. I mean, you can still see a lot throughout, but I think my skin looks healthy, doesn't accentuate wrinkles. It doesn't cover them either, but it gives it a very nice, comfortable wear, which is important to me. It doesn't irritate or make my skin red, which you know some other foundations do. So overall is a great foundation to wear, and I'm wearing color 10. So for you guys, yeah, 10 is my color in Chanel. All right, so that's what I'm wearing. Underneath, I'm having my skincare, but I've been talking a lot about the Bobbi Brown. This one, Bobbi Brown Illuminating Moisture Balm. I'll list it down below. I put it for illuminating purposes. It's just creamy. I like the way it smells. You can hear in my other videos that I have mentioned it before, so just wanted you to know. Oh, and as a concealer, I thought I had Chanel concealer because I do like their concealer, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I used the Georgio Armani fabric concealer. I really like this one. It doesn't cover very much. You can still see the purple, but it's very hydrating. It covers enough. It works. And since my looks, usually I enjoy a very sort of skin-like, natural sort of look. So it works. But I will get the Chanel. I like the Chanels. There's two that I like. One is a little more pinky and one is the usual color 10 that goes with this line. It's more my skin color. I like both. The pinky-ish gives me a different look, a softer look, gives me a little more peachy look per se. So, you know, but it covers even less. So that's the trade-off, right? But I will be getting one. I'll let you know when I do and which one I ended up getting. But for today, that's what I'm wearing. All right, so let's start. The one that I'm the most curious, I was very scared to buy this one. So there's two blushes. One of the blushes, and you can see the swatches, and like I said in my videos, one of the swatches is very peach-like. I tried it on and I really liked it. It was beautiful. However, I own already, especially for Pat McGrath and other palettes, you know, I have a lot of the pinkish and the peachy, right? And in the last limited edition collection that Chanel had, I did purchase their blush, which is this. You see a little illuminating and a little peach. Now, it wasn't this color. It is more spring peach. Like this one reminds me more of fall peach. I don't know if that makes sense. It was very peach-like. You can see again the swatch. And so the lady that works there, which by the way, I went to the Chanel boutique in Brickell City Center in Miami, Florida. They were super, super nice to me. I don't know if they wanted me to mention their name, so I might not. I might write it down below. Lovely, lovely people that helped me there. And so as I was doing the swatches, she approached and I was asking her which of the two blushes that she thought will look good on me. Now I tried one on one side and one on the other, and I was going for the peach. It just made sense because it's the lightest color. However, she said, oh no, I recommend you to get this one. And I was like, oh, don't you think it's too dark? And she convinced me because she said, well, you can use this sort of a bronzer in the back, this and that, right? I mean, how else? I don't think I would put it as a blush per se. But it does have this reddish, peachy, I don't know if you can see. You definitely can, when I see it brown, just like you did there. But as I approach it, I mean, there, see when the light hits it, can you see has a very peach-like in that bronzing sort of way? And so she convinced me to try it out, very diffuse, like very lightly. So we'll see what that looks like and if I'm able to achieve it. I mean, remember, I'm not a makeup artist, you know. So what I'm gonna use right now is the Wayne Goss universal brush. And why this one? Because it's so light. And so I am praying that this will work. So and of course this one came in their nice little pouch. and look at the gold. I am in love with gold at this moment. I think it is in the air. I think obviously the designers are coming up with it because I usually don't wear gold. Gold is not necessarily my color, and nowadays is being all excited about gold. So there it is. I am putting, ooh, that seems like a lot, right? All right, I'm gonna do a very light touch. Woo, I don't think that was light. Okay, all right. So thankfully, I am going to bluff. What is the word? I obviously know it. Buff it out? Yeah, buff it out. So there's no way, and that's what I thought there, that you can really light this up. However, because it shows the color, right? Immediately. However, I see how the peachiness, darker peachiness, sort of what she was describing is beautiful, right? And so we're gonna go with it and just see how it looks at the end. And I keep blushing, but see, it's giving me that very nice sort of look that is not just the peachy in the front. Although I have to say I really liked it. That's the one I would have gotten. But let's trust what the experts say. All right. And remember, the camera and the lighting always accentuates quite a lot the color. So let's keep that in mind. All right. So let's go with the highlighter. You know, it's sort of like I'm doing things out of order. I mean, most YouTubers start with the eyes and then they do the rest. At some reason, it just, to me, it guides me. The lipstick starts guiding me. I guess most people, they're guided the other way. I don't know. Remember, I've said in other videos that sometimes I'm a little contrarian. Well, there you have it. So let me swatch the lipstick I'm wearing right here. It's the Baume. Look how beautiful. This is rose. It has a tendency on that peachy that the whole collection does, but it's still rose, it's still neutral. I guess that's why I chose it, because compared to the other ones, I mean, there was one lipstick, the lightest one, that was almost exactly the same color as the blush. So if you like that monochromatic sort of look, I mean, the blush and the lips and it would have been just beautiful. I didn't even get that blush. Maybe I should go back and get it. The blush, I think, is one of the most expensive parts of the collection. I was surprised about that because I think the rest is like 45, 40. I think the lipstick and things like that. But the blush itself, I think it was like 70, maybe because of the size. Look how beautiful. Ooh. See, I am, at this moment, I'm so happy I didn't get the blush, because the blush was peach and then this on top, or this, that would have been a little too much. But if you notice now with the bronzer and then this highlight, and let me swatch it for you. So look at that. Yes, but it's a highlight, remember. It's not a blush. It is, what do they call it? It's Ensoleille, but I don't know what they call it. Baume Essential. Oh, the Baume Essential. Well, I wonder how it compares. I know they have in their regular line, they have another one. See? It's a highlight. You see, it's a gold. You can see a little bit of the color as I move the hand. But if you go like that, there's no color, right? So look, oh yeah. Oh my God, this I love. I'm so happy I got it. I mean, you would have thought that's not what I would have got, especially since I have all the Westman Atelier balms like this, and I have the Nectar, and I have Nectar. I will compare this to Nectar at the end. See just how they compare. Well, let's do it right now since we're at this, because then I forget, right? So this is Nectar from Westman Atelier. This is one of the favorites. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so this is Nectar and this is the Chanel. So Nectar is a little more subtle. You see the peachiness and maybe the gold in there, right? It's more like transparent. No, but you see a little gold in there. You see it still there? And then obviously this is the Chanel, which is a little bit darker, or the color payout's a little more condensed, but you see how the light just hits them both. They're different. They're different. I would probably use them for the same thing, but they're different. This one is giving me a little more color, which is perfect to combine it with the bronzer. So there you have it. I guess the expert at the boutique. Thank you so much, because look, you see that? Very nice. Very nice. Moving on. All right. So far very happy. And also, since I have this, and if I want a little peach, I thought that's why I pull it out. I'm like, I'll just add a little bit if I need it. But so far, I don't think I do. Perhaps I will go back and buy the lipstick, the one that has a little more payoff. So this is more neutral, and then the other one will give me a little more, as you know, I like it. However, today we're gonna be trying the eyeshadow. So maybe that will totally complete the look. So I'm gonna be using the dual-ended eyeshadow number 200 from Chanel. You know I love it, especially for their quads, that you open it like this. Got this in a trip and I'm so happy I got it. So it does come with the little, most of less 4 Ombres, which is what these quads are called, give you a little hint of what to do. Now it has a look 1 and it has a look 2. It seems that the look 2 is a lot more smoke. And then the look 1 is a lot more daily. So, I'm not very sure what we want to do. No, let's do the more daily, because that way we can compare it to most of the stuff. Now, it just says clear light, which is interesting because there's 4. So what do we do now here? Well, the first thing, let me put the lightest one. It's very hard to know. I think the lightest one, this one, has a little more illuminating or sparks. You see that? But maybe not. When I swatch them, yeah, I think all of them had a little bit of sparks and illuminating. So I'm gonna try that, which is the most gold. Oh yeah, you see, gold. And if you remember, I always start right in the center of the lid on the bottom because I want to see the color before I start going all over. Now the little instructions there, both for the more smoky and the, I think maybe it's always the same sort of drawing inside the quads. And I guess it's following the same thing. I remember, I don't know if you heard me say that Charlotte Tilbury does that too. You know, all her quads follow a certain order and application. And I think Chanel does the same thing. I'm not sure. I never have heard, you know, with Charlotte Tilbury, I hear Charlotte Tilbury talking about her brand and her recommendations. I don't know Chanel. I know she has set representatives, but I don't remember them talking about it. So far, elegant Chanel, right? I mean, I have tried many quads with gold in it, and but you can't beat the elegance of Chanel. You see some sparkle or illuminating shimmer, right? But it looks elegant. Now, what makes the elegance, in my opinion, is they're not really thick sparkles. And so they're not big chunks. You can see a lot of the light of the gold. It's almost like they sprinkle it with gold. And at some moment, you kind of think, is it just that they combine it in the color, or is it really that they added some kind of sparkling? Now, in this case, it looks more highlighted or shinier than usual. So I would say there's little sparkles almost like powder like, and that is the gold. And if you see, it looks like light. So they are kind of golden tints, which makes it very beautiful. I mean, just like this is gorgeous. Now, the winter collection, you know, the one that looked like the Chanel 5 kind of quad, I saw it also at the store, and I have seen swatches of it. That one is very shiny like. I mean, that one will go more party like. Still in the elegance of Chanel, but I guess because it was for Christmas purposes or party holidays. And so that one, I wouldn't say is more day-like. Of course, you can wear it at any time, but you know what I mean. It had a lot of more shiny throughout. I know a lot of you guys have expressed that you don't like that so much for the older generations. But this one, I think is beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's very understated, these sparkles, if you know what I mean. So they can definitely be used for everyday at my age. All right, so let's continue. It's interesting because we have these two colors right now. And those two colors, we have all three, right? And this one is just a little darker than that, but these two, and I think this one is the you know, the showcasing one. So I'm gonna use that one. It has that green gold tone that I always describe that Chanel has. I mentioned this in the beginning, but it could also be the older gold. You know, there's a more mustardy sort of gold. There's a yellow, bright, lighter gold, and then as it ages, sort of thing, it just starts becoming more older gold. Of course, it's more green in here, but you know what I mean. So I hope you know what I mean. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that because I love the swatch and the color, and I'm just bringing it. Yeah, see, ooh. I'm just bringing it to darken the outer corner, just because I was desiring, and that's the word, desiring something there. And the question is, do I just want to really leave it right here? You know, that kind of elongated thing, see, that I've been seeing quite a bit, more than the usual that I do. Now I'm dragging it in a little bit to accentuate my crease, but I'm not doing what I usually do, which is tinted the higher part that I always say to do because of the hoodiness. But in this case, I'm actually dragging it out instead of up. Why? Because I think this color is beautiful, and you know, it's making me think, and I thought this before starting this video, I don't think I own any Chanel olive green sort of eyeliner that I thought it could have accentuated this too. And for those of you that have brown eyes or green eyes or honey eyes, I really believe this color will be good for you too, because it has that green olive, but then it has a lot of that older gold, and I always thought that this older, this greeny, this color that I'm describing will make my eyes more tired. I always was thinking of something brightening or, you know, contrasty, like a peachy. But I've been learning, and I don't know if it's just my age, that it brings the elegance, look, and the subtleness. I wouldn't say from any brand. I'm talking Chanel. Because there's something about her. I mean, I always talk about Chanel like it's a her. the brand. Maybe because Chanel was a girl, right? But now it's a family thing. And so now there's mans and there's females. But elegance, yeah. I am thinking if there's anything else. I am gonna use this one, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna add it a little bit in the center of my lid. I'm not sure what it will do. Oh yeah. Oh, good. I guess my intuition is right on. So it seems like this one brightens up. You see that? Brightens up, and so it's perfect to place in the middle. And I'm tempted to go all the way. No, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna go back to the lightest shade, and I'm just gonna place a little bit. Yeah, the lightest shade has a little bit of shimmer. There you go. That was the one that I started with. It has these sparkles. So that one will be the most shimmery one. And I think all the quads are doing that now. There's the one that has the most shimmer, and then there's the one that showcases and makes the whole look. And to me, this that little green, dark gold, whatever. I already tried to describe the color, so tell me what you think of my description. So there you have it. I think it's gorgeous. Now, what eyeliner I will use? I mean, I don't know if I will go with black. Of course you can. Black goes with everything. I don't know if I will go with brown, or I wish I had that green olive. I have other green olives from other brands, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm just going to, I have this Chanel Gris Scintillant Chanel. Now, why this one? It's gray, right? Gris. Because it is dark gray. And I always have said that either the dark gray or the very dark blue or very dark brown, you know, all of those, you can use it instead of black. It's a little subdued. It still does the job. I mean, because what's the job of an eyeliner the way I use it, which is very, very tiny little bit, right? It is to accentuate the bottom of the eyelashes. And that is so the eyelashes look a little more voluminized, a little fuller. That is really why I do it, because the reality is because of my hooded eyes, I have very little real estate that shows once my eyes are open. So I'm not really looking for the eyeliner to actually show that much. Although nowadays, and I'm gonna do a video on that because I haven't done them. You know, when I do a heavier or very full eyeliner on the bottom, that is a look. And I think Natasha Denona now is doing one where she actually elongates all the way in here and all the way out. And it just looks gorgeous. I'm going to have to do that one of these days. But for now, I'm kind of showcasing my usual, right? And I actually believe that this gray looks beautiful. It adds something to the look. I mean, what do you guys think? Look at that, right? All right, so I'm bringing you all along to finalize the look because I really hope that this video can be up tonight. And so, why tonight? Because the spring collection just came out and everybody's going wild about it. I have to admit, this is the very first time that I'm all like, and I don't know what made me do it, meaning what made me actually say I have to go and get the collection today. I mean, the only thing I can think of is I can feel you guys and I want to do this for you guys because me, I don't know if I was like so up to date of the new collections coming out and going this early. We're in January. But on that note, even though this is spring collection, I like these colors for fall and winter, right? All right, so I'm gonna add the mascara. I don't have, well, I do have, and you know, last time I pulled out, it was a Chanel mascara, and it was the Le Volume. Not one of my favorites. You heard me say before, this really brings volume to my eyelash. eyelashes, but it doesn't elongate. And I prefer a little more elongation. But today at the Chanel boutique, the lady was telling me about a different, and she was actually was going to give me a sample of it, and then we just forgot. But because we were talking about all the other products and this history of Chanel itself, and it's so interesting. I mean, I am getting into it, and I don't know if you're already into it or you want to get into it with me, but this whole story behind each of the brands, especially brands like Chanel, that is a family business for generations, it's very interesting to hear. And apparently, if you go to the Chanel website, there are like 23 or something like that videos on the history of Chanel. I'm actually looking forward to go and watch them. So if you haven't watched them, go ahead, because there was a big celebration of 100 years that just happened here in Miami. So I guess some of the family members came, and that was a big thing. I actually went to one of the exhibitions. I posted pictures in my Instagram if you want to check it out. But on top of that, there was a huge party that happened, and I didn't go to that one. But apparently some of the Chanel family did came and attended. So that was nice. It was not just in Miami. I think they did it in Los Angeles, and I don't know, in France. There were a few important places that this celebration took place. So see, I'm learning all these things. This is exciting. You start learning about who's behind each brand. All right, well, there you have it. This is the final look. There was chatting. One thing I like about the lipstick is that they made this in white, because if you know, most of the other Coco Rouge are black. And so I like that this differentiates for spring. I think I love this color. My rose, for the reasons I already told you, very neutral, but it has a tint of that peachy, very neutral peachy. So I really like it, but I do want a little more so I probably would get, I don't know if the next color from this or the little more rose blue, maybe the rose blue. But they have all the ranges, so look at my mini short video with all the swatches and also of the blush. And here you are. I mean, if I really wanted to just include a little peachiness, right? And this one looks a lot stronger in the thing than what it really is. So, whew, okay, I applied a little too much as usual. Blend. But it gives that tint of that peachiness. And again, the blush that comes with it is a lot more springy. So it has a lot more of the peach. This one is a little warmer, but still, look, it did the trick. The eye's beautiful. You know what this eye look is reminding me of? There was a Les Beige. There was a quad that had this, and they don't make it anymore. And I think that greenish is back in this quad. I recommend it for sure. This is one of the Chanel quads that I would say is a must. Well, it's the ones that will test it times. This will not go out of style. This is a classic, and this will go for everybody, really. Very subtle, but then you can amp it up for partying, but the colors just complement. Definitely a must if you can get your hands on it. All right, guys. So, and of course, if you like the blush, I thought it did a great thing. And I think I'm glad I got this one because it's such a different color. And now I'm considering getting the other one, just because they're both very unique and very unusual. So I probably will get the other blush and the lipstick that I mentioned. So that's it. Oh, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do at this moment. Thank you very much for staying with me till this moment. Please ring the bell on the right hand corner of your screen. That will tell you when I upload new videos. And please comment below. Are you gonna get this collection? Are you gonna wait until actual spring? Do you like it, not like it? What are your thoughts? I learned so much from you and I enjoy reading your comments. So do that. And tune in because I'll be doing a video or a series of videos on the Fragrance Les Exclusifs from Chanel. And there's not a lot of that around, I don't think, especially from a woman, and especially the way I describe fragrances. Because as you know, I'm not a connoisseur, but I have a very instinctual way of describing of images and what comes to mind and where to wear them, etc. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.